Okay, good afternoon. This is Dr. Trish. I'm Dr. Trish, and this is a welcome video for EDCI 503 for the fall 2020 semester. Before I get started, I'll just kind of reiterate, I hope everyone was able to see my first announcement, which I sent out, I guess it's over a week, 10 days ago, about the course, how I'm delivering it, and about the books. There will be there has been an email. You'll get the email before you see this. Basically letting you know about this video, and I will have the syllabus there. So please take a look at the syllabus. I think I've got most of my old syllabi parts eliminated into the new syllabi parts. I did add some sections we've been asked to add about academic integrity. Not that that's ever been a problem with this course. I deliver this course with all the changes that are going on. This course will be delivered the way I've been delivering this course now for a number of semesters, which is asynchronously. In other words, I do recordings and you view the recordings. I do not do any live video. When I tried to do that for several semesters, I realized that was not something conducive for teachers as busy as most of you were even back then, even more so now. Not only with your teaching duties after school, most of you have some type of home life, children, husband, partner, however, and you want to be part of that. You don't want to spend all of your time. And so it's very difficult to do live videos and get enough people there. What I found was it would start out okay, but it would dwindle by the third video. I mean, if I had 5 or 6, that was a lot. So I decided, and they were being recorded anyway, so I decided to go this way. Without further ado, I will share the screen with a quick outline on the course. There will be some other videos coming. Some of you may be in 504. This course is not quite as straightforward as 504. There's a lot more interactive work. So I already mentioned the syllabus. I do not have any of the assignments uploaded in Moodle yet. We'll be using Portfolium, which is our new software. It's just over a year now. Summer of last year, 19 was when we started. Please go over the syllabus. The schedule that's on the syllabus is the schedule we'll be using, the schedule for the assignments. First assignments are all readings, which are in Moodle. These are articles. You will read the articles. There will be a video on the article. Then you will write a gloss. A gloss is basically a 2-page critical summary. I will talk more about that gloss in the next video, I think. The first gloss is a kind of origins gloss that I wrote, the origins of curriculum, I look at a 16th century, 16th and 17th century arts master at Cambridge University in England, that writes on rhetoric, and I use his 2-day oratory basically as a source for curriculum concepts, origins of curriculum concepts. The second reading is by my major professor, Bill Dahl, on keeping knowledge alive. I think you'll enjoy that. Between the Harvey reading and the Dahl reading, you will also be introduced, if you hadn't already been so, to the work of Alfred North Whitehead. I also talk about Dahl and John Dewey briefly in the Harvey piece. Dahl will talk also obviously about himself. There'll be some references to Dewey and of course Whitehead, as well as somebody named Wittgenstein that I taught Dahl about. Third reading is reading by Dwayne Hubner on the use of religious metaphors as a better way to talk about what we do when we educate children. I think many of you will express some shock that we're talking about religion, which is really not talking about religion. We're just using religious metaphors per se. And Whitehead is prominent in this too. So through the 3 articles, you'll get some Whitehead, which is important. He's a very important scholar on education, not a curriculum scholar, although you could argue that. And then finally, there are 2 articles by Ted Aoki, who is a Japanese-Canadian scholar at the University of British Columbia. He passed away, I think might be 4 or 5 years now. I actually never met him. I missed him the summer before the fall that I started my doctoral program at LSU. Aoki was a visiting scholar that summer. I was kind of around the building, but we never didn't know anything about his presence. Wish I had. Very important scholar. I think you will like his writings. It's also important to note that in the second of the 2 books, the Jardine, Frazan, Clifford book, Curriculum and Abundance, all 3 of those authors were students of Ted Aoki. So the 2 books will follow. There will be discussion boards in Moodle on both of these books, 6 or 7 total, 3 and 3 or 3 and 4, I can't remember, or 4 and 3, I can't remember. Those aren't posted yet, but they will be within the week. First is, may seem to be an odd title, but video games have to teach us about learning and literacy, by James Paul G. James Paul G is a science education scholar with a number of books. He's also an expert in semiotics, which may or may not mean much to you. Maybe some of my English people might know that term. And of course, as I did and as others did, as we watched our children play video games, we began to think about curriculum implications. And basically that's what the book about. What's the curriculum implications of the way video games are developed and how they engage children, our students? Curriculum in Abundance is a set of reading chapters and ideas about thinking of curriculum in a sense of abundance rather than scarcity. The testing culture is a curriculum of scarcity, they would argue. So how do we get the most out of our curriculum and not falling in line strictly with the testing culture. The two big projects, well, not so big, the vision. There's a guidelines on that, and I'll talk about that briefly. There'll be a video on that, as well as on our big curriculum unit that we'll be doing, extensive guidelines on that. I'll be talking about that. I know that there are probably some higher ed candidates in this class. Particularly for the vision and the curriculum, you may want to talk to me about that if you're not sure how to negotiate that with your higher ed position. It's not a difficult thing to do. We'll just have to sit and talk about it. You may know others that have gone through this, and they may give you some ideas, but we can do that. That's not a problem. So please, again, look over the syllabus. There'll be videos on all of this as we go forward. I have up there emergency classes, really relatively meaningless for us, except for the fact that, if the worst case scenario happens and we all have to evacuate, of course, I live in Baton Rouge. I chopped down all the trees around my house, so probably won't be evacuating in this year. We'll just have to bring your computers with you wherever you evacuate. I'm assuming that there'll be Wi-Fi some way possible, even in the world of COVID. So we'll basically continue on with, of course, probably having to give you leniency on the due dates, which I'm willing to do anyway. All right. All the readings are in Moodle, and there are videos that are up, but they will be changed. I'll be doing new videos on everything. I did some for the summer, learned some things, forgot most of it about using Zoom and YouTube, but I've relearned this afternoon. This is my second video. Hopefully it won't take me an hour and a half to get everything uploaded as it did before. Anyway, I'm always available by email if you have any questions. And you do have my cell number on the syllabus. I will be doing office hours, and I think that only has meaning for somebody that might live in Thibodaux, or if you're a higher ed candidate and want to come by my office. I am available for virtual meetings if you would like, rather than just talk on the phone. So whatever you need. All right. So I think we're done. Let's stop sharing this, and we'll end. So look forward to having a great semester.